What is up, Heffas and friends? Welcome to another riveting episode of Triple J. Y'all, check this out. We are at Halloween Horror Nights for the premium night, kicking the Halloween season off here at Universal. And I cannot wait to get in. Y'all, we included in our ticket have access to the eats. We have access to the treats. And you already know we have access to all the horrors. So I'm gonna show you all everything that the premium night has to offer, with this being my very first premium night. And yes, your girl had to spend a little coin, but the fact that food, non-alcoholic beverages are included, I cannot wait, and the crowd should be a lot lower, so we'll be able to get through some of these lines. So y'all, let's go ahead and get Halloween Horror Nights 2025 started here at Universal Studios, located in Orlando, Florida. It is pouring outside, and what a way to be ushered into Halloween Horror Nights, and it wouldn't be hurricane season if we didn't get a downpour. So why don't we go ahead and check out some of the merch while we're trying to stay out of the rain and keep a little dry out. So one of the houses are the Five Nights at Freddy's. And you all have probably seen, if you've been tuning into a lot of my Walk and Talk Wednesday live streams, some of the Halloween Horror Nights merch. And here are some gummy pizza slices. Again, Five Nights at Freddy's. It doesn't show you what shapes or what that looks like, but my guess is just like a typical gummy pizza. And then you have this bomber Five Nights at Freddy's jacket that has the really cool, I love the inside of this. Y'all, I've actually never played the video games, nor have I seen the movie, so drop down in the comments, are you a Five Nights at Freddy's person? Let me know. And then keeping up, y'all, I love this shirt, so I'm probably going to get this toward the end of the evening. Now, you all know my philosophy when you come to these special events, wait till toward the end, not the very end. And then we have this mug here. And y'all, this mug is $20 and it has a little gargoyle on the front. Let's see if there's anything on the other side. Yep, Halloween Horror Nights 2025. And I actually like the weight of this. This actually feels like a good mug. And the shirt here is going to run you $33. I will also say this is another type of shirt that is right up my alley, because you have like the logo in the corner, and then the back, what I actually love about this is that you have all of the houses, y'all. We are going to be checking out all these houses tonight. My sister Whitney actually has the Terrifier shirt, and then here you have Terrifier mask, some treats here with the candied kettle corn along with the cotton candy. And then we have some like smaller bags. These are $65. Again, with Terrifier, I've never seen Terrifier, y'all. So I definitely have a lot of catching up to do when it comes to my horror films, especially the houses that are created for horror nights. Some of them I'm like game with, and some of them I'm like, oh my God, I've never heard of it. I have heard of Terrifier. I actually really like this one. But y'all, he is like straight up so creepy. I don't even know if I want to wear a shirt repping the Terrifier clown. And y'all, that shirt with the Terrifier with the red lining around the collar and the sleeves, that one is $37, while the other shirt shows you that one's still like $33. Y'all, I love me some Fallout. I binge watched Fallout like so fast. I think I got through it within like a weekend, and it's so good. Oh my gosh. And I, again, sense of humor. I love the logo on this. Let's check out the back and see if there's anything on it. Yes, y'all, okay. I may have to get this Fallout shirt. This one is also $33. Now we're moving on to the Let Me In series. And again, this is another one I'm not familiar with. So let me know, y'all, like, what are some of your favorite horror movies? And are you familiar with a lot of these that are being featured here? Peep out the Megan popcorn bucket. And what's great about these is that you purchase it, your first refill is free, and then any other refills subsequent of that, extremely discounted. And then just giving you another view, y'all, I think like most of the merch in this corner of the shop here is mostly Five Nights at Freddy's. And you know this Heffas stay correcting herself, y'all. I straight up thought I wasn't even reading the signs. This shows you reading is fundamental. I thought these were massive. This is another popcorn bucket, y'all, which is like insane. And again, Terrifier, your popcorn goes here, is just like so creepy. I'm like, I don't even know that I could walk around with this, but this is quintessential. If you love horror and gore, and y'all, I've heard some things about the Terrifier house. There's like a wet section and a dry section apparently that you can go through here at the Universal Orlando location. So here, I think it's completely wet at the Hollywood location. So y'all, I brought my poncho because your girl's not trying to get, you know, get the weave wet. Like, that's not what we're on. That's not the time of day, because we got to head to California really soon, and we're not trying to have a messed up, messy, busted looking weave. And they also have these light up lanyards that flash to let the scare actors know not to terrify you too much. And y'all, I have opinions. I have opinions about this. Baby, I just kind of feel like if you're coming here not to be a little bit afraid, I don't know, girl, this is for you. And I'm not saying that doesn't mean you shouldn't be here, but I just think, like, what is being here and walking through the scare zones without being afraid? And I honestly think instead of wearing something like that, your best bet is just to walk very briskly and quickly and stay focused and not pay attention to anything if you don't want to be afraid. And y'all, here is some more of our merch here, which we already saw a lot of this. This is like another side of one of the main stores that you walk into here at Universal. And also we have a lot of these props on display right here. Y'all know I love a good display. We stay in a nice little fireplace, you know, with a little bit of decor around it. And see, y'all, this is how you know I'm a millennial and homeowner, is that I'm like, oh, look at these sconces. Would something like that look good in my house? For Halloween, sure. I know y'all are like, listen, Heffa, we didn't come here to look at decor. We're here to indulge in the eats and in the scares. Okay, y'all, we'll go ahead. Let's get into it. I think the rain has calmed down a little bit. Y'all, look how, I want to show you all what it looks like outside right now. You see like that mist, and there's still just like a little bit of rain coming down. So I don't know. I did come prepared because I wanted to brace myself for the Terrifier house, and I'm like, your girl's not gonna be doused. So I have my poncho, but I'm gonna find my sister and then figure out what our strategy is going to be right now. Since it's raining, the scare zones are likely not operating right now in the rain like this. So part of me is inclined to almost get something to eat, but a lot of the booths are outside. So y'all, we're gonna play it by ear. We're still gonna have a good night, and hopefully the rain will subside here very soon.
A few moments later.
And also, if you all happen to miss my Not So Scary party footage, check that out, because this was the first night of the Not So Scary party. If you happen to miss my footage of the Not So Scary party over at Disney, the first night, y'all, we were completely rained out. Like, completely rained out. So we ended up swapping to a different day because, y'all, this is like what it's giving. And this is part of the reason why I am not a Florida girly. And I cannot wait till I'm in a place where I can relocate somewhere else, because this weather is just not for me. And especially during hurricane season, it's like y'all have to stay ready so you never have to get ready. So anytime you have a park day, y'all, always take a poncho or a light jacket, take a backpack, because you never know. Sometimes the forecast will say no rain, and all of a sudden it's pouring rain. So you can't even really trust it during hurricane season. So just stay prepared, because otherwise Universal and Disney are gonna be like, give us that coin. Give us that coin, boo-boo, and we'll keep you dry. We have no problems with that. I see a lot of people buying umbrellas, like these blue umbrellas over across. My sister just purchased an umbrella. So y'all, yeah, they are ready and willing to take your coin. So just stay prepared, so that way you can put that money toward anything else, like maybe a Specialized shirt, a ridiculous box of like Five Nights at Freddy gummies or chocolate roaches, you know, all the merch that they basically have that we just saw. Y'all, we have the poncho. We're just gonna brave it. And of course the scare zones are not operating right now, but when you come into the entrance, there's one of the scare zones, and then you all see the fog going up ahead. So it looks very creepy, and this rain is adding to the creepiness. There are just no scare actors. So y'all, maybe this is a great time for us to get some really good footage of some of these without scare actors, and then hopefully if this rain lets up, we'll get some really good footage of some of the scare zones with the scare actors. And again, if you caught some of my Walk and Talk Wednesday live streams, I showed some of the props that they have. And we see all of the houses represented in each of these areas. It's a lot of fun. And my man Jason, what's up, Jace? And I don't know if you all saw this. So I have a Jason Halloween Horror Night shirt, and y'all, I have my knife, my bloody knife earrings. So we're repping Jason up in the house on this evening. And then we have Terrifier right here. Looks absolutely creepy and spooky. All right, folks, here are artistic chips. And I think we're gonna do the spicy cheddar to start. And again, for the premium Scream nights, the food is all included. So we are going to try as many things as our little stomach can handle up over here, okay? We are getting our big back Heffa behavior on this evening. Heffas, we have to improvise here because it is still raining, it is pouring, and I cannot take my Osmo out when it is pouring like this, so we're switching over to the cell phone footage. Y'all, here are the Terrifier cookies, which have like the splattered blood on the daisies. We also have the popcorn chicken here, and we got a little chicken wing action here with some hot sauce. So I'm gonna get into all these foods and I will keep y'all posted on how it all tastes. Y'all, I have a little bit of glove action going on over here. So, you know, when it comes to these saucy wings, I'm not trying to play around with the germs and touching stuff after the wings, even though I do have my hand sanitizer with me. So we're just gonna keep it cute with these gloves here and get into some of this food. Friends, I am back and ready to go. Y'all, the rain finally calmed down. It took a while there, so thank you for bearing with me with the combination of adding my mobile footage, because I didn't want to leave you all entirely hanging. Now, at this point, we've been here for a few hours, we've gotten some food, as you all have seen. We've actually gone through, I think, like, what, 4 or 5 houses at this point? And I am ready to talk about the one that was the most disappointing. And we'll also talk about the food as we pass back by over the Terrifier food area. Okay. And y'all, let me tell you something. First of all, look at how insane these queues can get. And for us, this was the line to get into the Artiste horror maze, and we did not have to wait. The line was not even this long. And that one was actually pretty good, but the one that was the most disappointing to me, y'all, was Five Nights at Freddy's. That was so disappointing, and I don't know if it's just like the timing, some of the animatronics didn't feel like they were working correctly, and the theme actually looked good. Like, the theming was there, but things just weren't hitting, and it kind of felt like less of the timing, well, a combination of that and just like stuff wasn't working correctly. So I had a lot of high expectations for that. The one that I found sort of like the most confusing was the WWE, but this is because I'm not a big like wrestling watcher. I used to, y'all, when The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, back in my day, I would watch them. and they were so entertaining. But I was young, and my mom was just like, you and your sister need to not watch that. That's when they had like China Doll on there, and I think because of like, you know, the foul language and everything, my mom like walked in and was like, what the heck are y'all watching? But I lived for the drama. It was less for the wrestling moves and more for the storylines for me. And my mom was like, you are not allowed to watch this. So that was it for me. That was all she wrote, and I haven't gone back to it, so I couldn't quite understand it. So those are my like initial impressions of the first few. The rest of the other houses, like the artiste was really good. But yeah, like so far, the houses have been okay, not bad. The food, honey, let's get into the food. So I'm gonna show you all a couple of things that I didn't get a chance to put on footage because the rain was so horrible. So y'all, let me tell you like what shines. So the Death by Cheese Stick and the freakishly long corn dog, y'all. Honestly, they look exactly like as you see them. And you would get those particular items over here at this stand that looks like the face of like a clown, essentially a horrifying clown. Y'all, the cheese stick so far has been like a highlight for me. It had a great spice, it had fantastic cheese pool, and the corn dog was okay. I'm not a huge ranch dressing person, so it's drizzled with ranch dressing and topped with bacon. I think had it not had the ranch and maybe it was like some type of mustard sauce, I would have liked it more. And then y'all, we have the Clown Cafe here with the Terrifier himself, and I'll show you all a little bit. You can kind of see over this way what some of the treats are. Let me see if I can get you all a closer shot. And this is what you all actually saw on my mobile device. And so I'm gonna see if I can actually wrap around where we have some folks looking. And again, show you all the menu here. And y'all, let me tell you right now, the burnt angel chicken wings of like the cookie and the bloody popcorn, those were the best out of these three items. Notice I say these three. I still think the cheese stick is the best thing I've had so far, but there's still so many treats I haven't had. The abracadabra sunflower glasses, y'all, I mean, they didn't really have any flavor to it. The Clown Cafe bloody popcorn, y'all, let me tell you something right now. That was the most bizarre thing because it has kind of like pizza topping, like it's a marinara dipped popcorn chicken. It was just weird, y'all. It was funky. I did not like it at all. And the cookie, it looked really cool, as you all saw, but like it had absolutely zero flavor. It just tasted like a plain sugar cookie, like a sugar cookie without the sugar. I'm missing my words right now. I'm like, just, you know, like your standard cookie. And I was not a fan. But it looks really nice. Like it looks exactly as pictured. That was disappointing. That popcorn chicken, bro, like that was just not it. All right, now here are the pizza skulls. And y'all, this one, my sister's, it looks like something's coming out of its eye. And so I'm curious to see if these are going to be any good. So let's try these out. And hopefully this will erase the pain of how horrible some of the Terrifier food has been. All right, Heffas, I'm gonna get into this pizza skull. No, it's good. Yo, this is like very simple. Pizza sauce is fine. Cheese is fine. Yeah, that first bite. The first bite was very bready at the top, but I'll show you all a little bit what this looks like. You see the pepperoni buried in there? There's a lot of breading in this.
I agree.
Let me see. Here's my sister's.
Oh, that is bread.
Let me turn it around here. Yeah, so a lot of hers is actually bread. I feel like this one's more saucy. The pepperoni, did you just get cheese?
No, it's just pepperoni.
Okay. Yeah. So, y'all, it's okay. It's fine. It's not terrible. Bready at the top. I feel like the one that my co-producer gave me, that one actually had like a lot of sauce in it. And it's okay. It's not, I would give it, y'all, you know how we rate things out of Heffas? I would give that like a 2 out of 5 Heffas. It's okay, it's fine, it's nothing exceptional. Now we're looking at these treats. I would give our Death by Cheese Stick, I would give that one 3 out of 5 Heffas. That was actually pretty good. And I love the spicy kick to it. The freakishly long corn dog, that one for me is like a 2.5. And good flavor. I'm just not a big ranch dressing person, so maybe if I like ranch and I like, you know, bacon top things, maybe I would have ranked that slightly higher. But, and the breading was actually not pretty heavy on that, so I thought it was all right. The cookies, y'all, the cookies, 1 out of 5 Heffas, done. The popcorn chicken, 0. It was just so bizarre. I just couldn't even get into it. And then the chicken wings, I would give that a 2 out of 5. The chicken wings weren't bad. But y'all, so far, none of the food has been incredibly impressive. So we're gonna try more treats and check out a few more houses. I'm retracting my statement. The skull, so my sister gave me hers. And I bit into like one of it. I don't know, the pepperoni had a weird taste on hers. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 2. It was a 3. I'm downgrading it, y'all. I can't. I am so thankful to be here at the Premium Scream Night because all this food is included as a part of the experience. And I would be pissed, y'all, if I spent money on all this stuff. Well, technically I did. In a way, I did. Like your ticket. This is not a cheap night to attend. Okay, so let's see what we have over here. So over by the Eats and Treats, we have the Huskus Muscle Man Slop. So that's like a beef sloppy joe, jalapeno bacon. So we're gonna try that. We also have the Ramblin' Rabbit fried carrot cakes. This is all the WWE theme. And I haven't tried any of the mocktails or cocktails, y'all. I'm just sticking with the food for right now. So we're gonna get into both of these and see how they taste. Here is the front of the booth where we are going to get our Muscle Man slop and our Ramblin' Rabbit fried carrot cake. And again, this is the wrestling themed Maze food. Now, as we are about to try some of our food, we have the Roaring 20s Scare Zone over here. We have our pickled potato chips. This actually looks really interesting. So there's that. And then here is the fried carrot cake, and this looks insane, y'all. And I've never had fried carrot cake before, so this is gonna be interesting.
This is, I think it's
y'all,
a chicken dip.
I'm calling things like I can't even get my mind right. So this is the Spam and tater tots here. Not chicken bites. I don't know where I got that from. Next. And then these are dill pickle spears with some sort of like chicken dip. So this is from the Fallout booth that I just showed you all. Oh, y'all, the sloppy joe ain't it? Oh no. Y'all, I completely forgot. You probably saw this on the description. The bun is like a chocolate bun, and it has American cheese in it. This is weird, bro. It's weird. Let me tell you all. I don't know. The choices. The food combinations here have been so bizarre. And like, listen, I appreciate being a little bit adventurous, but there are certain things that just don't make sense. Like a chocolate bun with beef sloppy joe and American cheese. Y'all, I'm not with American cheese whatsoever. I'm not. I prefer any other cheese beyond that. American cheese is processed nastiness. No shade to those of you all who grew up with it that love it. I have never liked American cheese. But, what'd you say? Let's talk about government cheese. We don't know nothing about no government cheese. But I imagine that's what government cheese tastes like, is American cheese. Y'all, that was horrible. Oh, God. I don't even know what to do, y'all. I don't know what to do. Let me tell you what's been great. The tater tot with the Spam. I have not tried the Spam part. The tater tot itself is good. The carrot cake is bomb. That tastes like something you would get at the fair. That is awesome. So I think my favorite thing so far has been the carrot cake and the cheese stick. And then if I had to pick a third item, I would say maybe the tater tot, and then maybe a fourth would be the chicken wings. Y'all, this has just been a very funky, bizarre night in food. Either it's been weird, not good, flavorless, or just downright bad. So, yeah, the Sloppy Joe, 1 Heffa. The tater tot, I give that 3 Heffas. Now, I did not taste the spam. The carrot cake, I give that 4 Heffas. The carrot cake is delicious. So far I would say if you want like a sweet treat, something that reminds you of being at your favorite state fair, your local fair, get that carrot cake stick. It is delicious. Friends, here is our lentil coffin. And this is going to be a little bit of a surprise for me because all I know is that there's lentils in this. My co-producer picked it up. And so we're going to try it and see if it's any good. But I do love the fact that the coffin, it has a coffin shape. It looks like a coffin. And it looks like from the outside it's baked perfectly. Y'all, I don't know. My expectations are in hell right now when it comes to the food because this ain't it. This ain't it, bruh. I just have to be real. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. And this is just me. Other people have different taste buds. But it's like, okay, let me just try this coffin. The lentil coffin was actually really good. Flaky pastry, great flavor. I love the like African vibe to it. Come on now. Of course, my people come to the rescue all the time. And y'all, this is actually, you see here on the sign, where it has the African lentil coffin. That was good. To all of my vegetarian lovers, you will not be disappointed by that. So far, actually, that's up on my top list of things to eat. That was delicious. Y'all, I can't. Shame. Y'all, if I... Part of me wants to flip the boots off. I don't want people to think I'm flipping them off because that's not at all my intention. I promise you that. But like, y'all, I don't even know what to say. I am so thankful. Let me tell you what will at least help put a little bit of a smile on my face is that I'm thankful that I'm here. I'm thankful I have the opportunity to try these things. Because like, had I just come here and I'm like spending $15 here, $10 here, and you know, all that adds up, yo, I would be hella pissed. There is nothing worse. Are you all, like, you have to tell me what kind of heifer you are. Are you the kind of person that when you eat something and it tastes terrible, it can sometimes ruin your day or ruin a moment? I am totally like that, where if I consume something, especially if it was a lot of money, if it wasn't that much, then I'm like, okay, well, that was bad and I know not to get it again. But especially when you spend your coin and the food is just not satisfying at all, I can't. Like, it can feel very deflating. First world problems, I know. But this is just who I am. I really love like good experiences, good food. And food is always a part of what like can make or break your experience, just like lodging. And so I am very particular. And y'all, check out the vibes and the views. We're walking over to the Lagoon Show. And we are gonna be passing by Mel's Dine-In. And the food, I believe, is pretty much the same at Mel's that you can get it any other time. So it's not like anything super exceptional or unique as far as I know of. I don't think that Mel's has a special menu. But I always love looking at it, and I love the fact that it is switched to Mel's Dine-In. Absolutely love that. So let's head over to the Lagoon Show, which is something different this year. And we'll see how it goes.